2 one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready up, 55. Right there in the middle, 55. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. Yeah.
They'll run on first down. Goddard. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Operating from the gun. Logan. They're able to locate Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19. Throwing on first down. Logan.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Logan. Caught. It's Wilson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They get 14 there. First down, Vikings. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. They run on first down as they're able to get this forward for about 4. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
80 weapons. Hey, wahoo!
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Larry Ogunjobi in for the sack.
And that takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. From the gun, Logan. It's complete to Diggs. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot.
Let's go. 50, plant. Here I go. Tight end right, tight end right. Even. 4 down, even. Check 9, check 9. Check nickel. Check, crunch. Hey, Sam off. Hey, check 24, watch 24.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. What happened there? Was that just a missed assignment on the O-line?
It certainly felt like it, but also the speed of the play. When you're talking about defensive end, they want to be ahead of the clock, don't they? They want to be upfield, making plays on every snap. How about his agility there to run that one down?
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Leo. 36. Hey, lock it. Jim. Ready.
Here's Johnson. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Mike's 40. No gain on this defense, no gain. 6 guys, check 6 guys.
Back to throw. Underneath for Johnson. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 18 Gators. Man, that's trash. Bravo. Curtis Mike. He don't know no better. Let's go.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Check safety. Check 50. Look, squeeze. 2.
Now Johnson. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1.
Slam.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And we'll get our first update of the afternoon from the Meadowlands. And an early advantage in that one for the Giants. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
30 base.
No score after one on EA Sports.
Go now. 18 Gator. Check 55 to Mike. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Looking to throw. Logan, wide open receiver, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Set 70, Indy. Watch that in. Watch that in. Got it right. Let's go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now a handoff here to his running back. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. They're not ready for this, man. They're not ready for this. They still playing soft.
From the gun on 3rd down. Logan. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 40, Mike 40. Watch the pass. Look at me. Go.
2nd and 5. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Ready. Watch it, that's right, baby. They don't want it.
On first down, Goddard. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on 2nd down, Logan. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically. But a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 17. Back to throw. Logan, this is caught. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. They don't need to run another play here before the... And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season as they are now on the board here in the first half. Second effort there, he was determined to find pay dirt, and he did.
I think that's a great example of what coaches talk about, a back that runs behind his pads, and he uses pads to get him into the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
You ready?
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Back to throw now on first down. Screen play, Johnson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
40's a Mike. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
2nd and 10.
Check.
And he comes back with one complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 35.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch it. Ready. Single.
He'll drop to throw. Dumping it off for Johnson. 5 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Stay in situation. Let's go. Switch it. Hard. Shoot.
They'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
First down and goal to go.
Come on, set. 18 Gator. Watch tight end. Top.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hockenson, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do or, I guess, don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take care of the ball? If that's the case, I might push it a little bit here and try and get something before the half runs out.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's 2nd and 8. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Going up top. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. That was a safety Taylor Rapp right there on the coverage.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. This will be fielded at the 17. That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. A final shot before break. Logan. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And they start the second half with Johnson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Check 99. Check 99.
Ready?
2nd and 14. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Christ on Travis.
Shift. Watch the shift. Check 13. Check 13. Rush in. Rush in.
Rush it. Go.
They'll run it with Johnson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally taken down at the 44-yard line. He'll get 17 that time, and the Lions have a first down.
Kill. Turn up. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. Big edge. Check 24. Check 24. Watch twist.
Now.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. The timeout here is we got a player shaken up, and that's Johnson who's down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
80 weapon. Check 31, check 31.
2nd and 3. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line.
First and 10.
Go, go. 60 or. Let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration. You're out. Check three, check 3. Hey, Echo.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Down. 50, plant.
Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Pilot, 64, weak.
Wide, get wide.
6-6, bullet high.
Hey, 40's Mike, right there. 40's Mike. Wild Bill. Check. Slam.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Ready,
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Man up, D. Pick that.
Gone.
Shit. Kill.
61, match, get it.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
That's it, baby.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Move. We got 4. Chance. Check.
Drop, rocket. Hey, Sam off. Lee Griffin.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
Let's go now. 18, Gator.
Hey, here I come. Check. Fresno.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
At the 2-yard line.
Set. 15, line it. 15 line. Check 49.
Slam. Under 10. 10.
Leo. Yo, faster. 5.
Go.
And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Can this Vikings D hold up one more time? 3rd and goal.
Check nine, check nine.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. In for the score. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Extra point attempt to follow here. It's good, and it is now 21-7. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Off play action. Logan going deep for Diggs. He's got a man. Complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 36 yards on the play. Obviously, they're not where they want to be right now on the scoreboard. Big plays like that, though, that'll trend them in the right direction.
Yeah, a few more like that, they'll be right back in the game. And if they can continue to do that, maybe they'll inspire their defense as well and get a few stops.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 25 yards that time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
They'll run on first down. Goddard. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 2. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
We don't want this.
Come. Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
Get it.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. Boy, a tight game like this, fourth quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Sponge. No. Switch.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping.
You draw quarters. Hey, box drop.
Hey, Mike 40. Hey, let's get this.
Hey, lock it.
Hey, watch that.
Be dribble.
They'll set up to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Hey, orbit.
53's a Mike. 53. Check 53. Come on. You better bring it.
Let's go.
They'll look to throw here. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked out and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Check 43.
Watch out. Check.
Look, squeeze. Spine.
They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
Watch the slant.
Hey, exit.
Watch that.
40's Mike.
You gonna get this boy?
Hit it.
Now back to throw. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. A big play there for Detroit. 48 yards. Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, and these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover it. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
They'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
I can't believe they let you play.
Topper!
Jumper.
No. Off. Showing up.
Hard. You're out. Let go.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Alert 3.
Kill. Now.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Point after try forthcoming. He's got it as they double up the lead. This one's now 28-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
29 yards. First down, Vikings.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Looking to throw. Logan. He's going to into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 40's Mike right there. 40's Mike. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike's 40.
Get it.
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 19.
Hey, 4 down, 4 down. Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Big dribble.
They'll set up a throw. Wide open receiver complete. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory.
40's Mike. 40's Mike.
Hey, Zoo.
Championships, baby. Mike's 40. Mike's 40.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. And here we go.
Hey, Charlie. Let's go.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Trying to lay one up. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 14. There he goes left side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So a 7-point game. They'll need a recovery, the touchdown, and an extra point to tie. And the Lions are able to cover this one up. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
It's been a long day for you.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, high 7.
Single receiver.
Rock it.
Over there. Single receiver. Check your hot read.
Hit it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, they've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yeah, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back, and then score again. but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Logan. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that, 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, he's got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. It's complete to Diggs. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. On 1st down, Logan. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off at the 40. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed a quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working.
Hey, wahoo!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Going for the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
Get it!
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Leo! Be careful!
And to give this time to the tailback. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not in a preview.